What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I didn't run this morning. It's not that I got up late. I just said I was gonna come out here and make a video. She's in that video. Still dark. Put it like that. Yeah. I put it next to the bed. That way it's no bullshit. When I come out in the morning, I don't wash my face or nothing. My knees is hurting. Get this shit over with, you know what I'm saying? I hope it records. Like always, look what I brought with me today. That's why I didn't run. Bam! Corner stores in the middle of the block. That's what poetry. This is my second book I wrote. It was called Pretty Ugly, a Harlem Situation. It's the story of two guys, two girls, and the simple way life can get pretty ugly. That's what I wrote. Man, that's a novel. This is my third book I wrote because I was doing well with this book. And then I was doing so well, I had time to go out and hustle my books in the morning and come back home and write this. And that's how I wrote this one. And then I wrote this one called Don't Beat Your Children or They'll Turn Out Like Me. And it's my jokes and my poems about everyday life. A lot of things that say go against the way I was brought up. You know, because I think we bring our children up, you know, get the book. And it's my other one. This one's called Agitation Gets the Dirt Out. Because I don't know it all, but a lot of times I say things that agitate people, and that gets the dirt out. And my books are sold for $14.98. You can get a copy, and you can use Cash App, and I'll mail it to you. You heard? I'll mail the book to you. All right? Who out there? Oh, okay, so listen. Somebody was asking me about footwork. And I keep telling you guys, boxing is very basic. People done came along and don't know shit about boxing, and they made it complicated. Like, listen, like I be watching the MMA fighters. I hate that shit. I watch MMA fighters, and MMA fighters be doing shit like this. You know, like they'll get a guy close and they'll elbow him and shit like that. Look how hard it is to throw. All you gotta do is step back and hit him. Boom. Son. Boom. That gives you range. Boom. You like this. Boom, boom, boom. And then you right back up there in front of him again. Boom, boom, boom. And the thing is to impose your will on him. I think, just me personally, I don't know a lot about it. I just think they do a lot of things that are unnecessary in MMA. Like trying to knee a guy. You know, like jumping to hit a guy with your knee. Boom. You can uppercut him. Why hit with your knee? You can uppercut your knee, your hand right there. You got boom, boom, boom. I'm not gonna dog MMA. That's their lane. I'm gonna stay in my lane. But I just think like people have come along and they do things in boxing that is totally unnecessary. It's totally unnecessary. Like I say, you have guys that have never boxed before teaching boxing. I can't teach MMA. I'm gonna go teach MMA. I don't know shit about MMA. But like I was saying, footwork is basic. Like I said, it's just 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's boxing. You need to get close. The trick is to always get close. Get close. You gotta bring ass to get ass. You gotta get hit to get hit. And if you don't want to get hit, then you gotta weave. That's the point of weaving. That's the whole point of weaving. in range. If you can hit a guy with a jab, you can hit him with a right hand. It seems awkward, but you can do it. I don't know how. This is a jab, right hand. Like I said, you pushing off with this foot, it's like you putting a cigarette out. You know. I gotta warm up a little bit. But it's like you putting a cigarette out. You turning this foot. Turn it. Push it off. Boom. I had a friend named Jeff Griswold. He was 147. He was a big 147 too. Because 147 is a fight, you know, like it was usually like 140, 147. And 147s are usually natural 147s. Are usually like Sugar Ray Leonard was a natural 147. He was 5'10". Who else? I don't know how tall De La Hoya. De La Hoya came in at 130. Shane Mosley came in at 135. They were not naturally 147s. Mayweather is not a natural 147. A lot of these guys that's fighting 147 now. Vernon Forrest was a natural 147. And you've seen how Vernon Forrest handled Sugar Shane Mosley. Seen how easily he handled Sugar Shane Mosley? You know, there are a lot of 147s that are not naturally 147. Manny Pacquiao is not a natural 147. These are guys that came in at a lower weight class and they eventually moved up. And I say they move up because they get lazy. Some people say they move up for better competition. But Shane Mosley was small and Manny Pacquiao was small. So what's the point of moving up? But that's boxing. Julio Cesar Chavez, he was small. A lot of these guys are not 147, so they don't have a 147 punch. They have a 130 punch, they have a 135 punch, they don't have a 147 punch. This is why when guys move up in weight class, they don't take their punching power with them. I don't know if it's their punching power, or I don't know if it's the guy that's naturally 147 that's able to withstand that punching power. But usually, a lot of guys that move up in weight class, usually 147 is a lot of guys that have moved up to 147. But Sugar Ray Robinson and Sugar Ray Leonard, they came in at 147. And then Sugar Ray Robinson went up to 160, eventually went up to 160. Because when he was fighting, they didn't have a 154. They didn't have a super welterweight. And Sugar Ray Robinson. But when Sugar Ray Leonard came in, he came in at 150. He came in at 147. Then he fought Terry Norris. I think he fought Terry Norris at 154. Remember that? Terry Norris from Texas? Terry Norris, he should have fought 147. He would have been a damn good 147. But he came in at 154. He got knocked out by Simon Brown. And you know who beat Simon Brown? My friend Lonnie Bradley from Harlem, New York. Lonnie Bradley at 160. He beat Simon Brown. I don't know what weight class he fought, but he beat Simon Brown. He didn't knock him out, but he beat him. That was my man Lonnie Bradley. Lonnie Bradley and I grew up together. We was younger. We used to be slap boxing in the street. Like I was telling people, I said Lonnie Bradley was one of them guys. He was a practical joker. He was real fast, always fast. Very athletic. He played basketball, played football. He was very athletic. And he was a practical joker. You'd be talking around with with a group of guys, and he'll tie your shoelaces together or some shit, and you wouldn't know it. And then he would do some dumb shit like smack you in the back of your head and run. You go to chase him and bust your ass. And then what you gonna do? You can't fight him because he can fight. He was a good fighter, so what you gonna do? But he was a good guy. You know who else is from my neighborhood? James Butler. James Butler. He was the Harlem, they call him the Harlem Hammer. James Butler, the Harlem Hammer. Yep. All from Harlem. I'm the only one that didn't make it to the big time. All right, let me see what y'all asking me so I can see what y'all talking about. What are your Wilder guys? Yeah, I'm 50 years old. I'm 55. Wild guy, I don't hang with wild. I be by myself. I'm by myself all the time. I'm always by myself. Boxing is a lonely sport, man. It's a lonely sport. I don't fight no more. I don't box no more. But you see what I said? I got up this morning. I put all my clothes by the bed to get up in the morning. And when I get up and go. I don't wash my face. I don't brush my teeth. I just go. Because I run and I come back. And then I take a shower and wash my face and brush my teeth. But in the morning, I don't do nothing. All I care about is getting out the door and running. That's how it used to be. So, yeah. He said, where Mayweather, I don't know where Mayweather at. Mayweather, he got money now. Mayweather got money. I don't know if he hungry anymore. He got money now. Mayweather he got money. He do, I don't even think he hungry no more. Mayweather's old, man. Mayweather is what? Mayweather's about, I'm 55. Mayweather is 45, I think. 45. He's 40. I know he up there in his 40s. And listen, he's still doing the things he do at that age. People wasn't doing that shit back in the days. He's still good, he's still in decent shape. And I'm sure, like, if he was in shape, fighting shape, he would come in that regard. He doesn't go in there and try to, like I just said, he's not in a natural 147. So he doesn't go in there and try to slug it out with a 140. Now, he knocked out Ricky Hatton because Ricky Hatton doesn't have a boxing IQ. Ricky Hatton was coming in there. Ricky Hatton was jumping in. And when you jump, your feet are off the ground. You know what that's like? And he's a little baby. And you got all them guys in the house that know how to box. What you think they're going to do with the baby? They're going to teach the baby how to box. So he know how to box before he know how to do anything. So, and that comes natural to him. So that's all. Man, you see how he be hitting the fucking bag and not looking? And how he be hitting the miss and not looking? Everybody can't do that. And it's not that everybody hasn't been boxing as long as he has. So he just has a great boxing IQ. It's real simple. It's just the same way you see guys growing up in the hood playing basketball and they doing all kind of shit on the basketball court. It's the same thing. They just don't make it. They just don't make it to the NBA because everybody in the hood know how to play basketball. That's why. So it's a little harder. But boxing is a little bit easier in that regard because you're the only one. So you got to train and you got to eat right. Let me see what y'all saying. So I got to do what I got to do. Hold on. You from New England? What's up, man? What? You know why New England? What's up? I don't know. Somebody just said something. Yeah, fuck shit. Yeah, but check out my book. Like always, I got my books. I bought my books out this morning. Because I never bring them out. That's another reason I didn't run. Look, that's Agitation Gets the Dirt Out. I don't know it all, but I might say something to agitate you and that'll get the dirt out. And then I got my other book. This one is called Don't Beat Your Children or They'll Turn Out Like Me. It's my poems and my jokes about everyday life in America. And like parents get real adamant about, parents are very adamant about beating their children, black parents. They're like, I beat my children so the cops don't beat them. I beat my children so everybody else don't beat them, So he could be respectful. They think that's going to make the child respectful. But anyway, I made jokes and poems about it. Like in this. And then this is my other book. This one is my first book I wrote. This one is called Corner Stores in the Middle of the Block. That's because whenever you see a corner store, a liquor store, a Chinese restaurant, and a lot of churches, that lets you know you're in an inner city neighborhood. You're in a rough part of town. And my book is called Corner Stores in the Middle of the Block. It's my poems, my jokes, and I call it my ghetto philosophy. And this is my first novel. I'm working on a novel now about a boxer. This one is about an ex-boxer, but it's more like about a guy and a girl, and they're going down to Kentucky, and they're buying handguns. It's called Pretty Ugly. This was Queen and Slim before Queen and Slim was Queen and Slim. This book been out for about 15 years, man. That's me in the back. That's me in Harlem. That's me right there. That's me cheesing. That's this book right here. And my books, you can use Cash App, $1 Brad Bafke. $1 $1 Brad Bafke. $1 Brad Bathgate. And my books are $14.98. Hit me up, man. I'll mail the books for free. That's what I do for a living. I write. I don't box no more. I don't come home with busted lips and shit, man. Got tired of coming home with busted lips and busted nose. See my nose? My nose got broken in Patterson, New Jersey. I broke my nose. My nose. See that? See how? But at least it ain't like that. It's just crooked. It's crooked. That happened and I broke my rib. That happened in Gleason. This happened right here. Is that not? It's not right there. That happened in Gleason's. That happened in our spawn in Gleason. That shit hurt like a motherfucker, boy. That shit hurt. That shit, boy, I couldn't lift my arm up. That shit, that shit hurt. That shit hurt, boy. I was sparring in Gleason's. All right, look. Throw your hands up here. When you warm it up, it's up here, not down here. It's up here. So that's your defense. Did you count how many punches I throw? I try to throw at least, if I'm not mistaken, I should throw like, you gotta make him fight. Make him fight. Be like Aaron Pryor. What time is it? I ain't got my glasses. You gotta make him fight. Make him fight. I'm not talking about no street fight. I'm talking about boxing, all right? Make him fight back. If he don't want to fight back, then he gotta go somewhere. I don't see guys nobody makes Floyd Mayweather fight. Nobody makes Manny Pacquiao. He used to make guys fight, but he let Floyd take him out of his game, man. He looked like a totally different guy fighting Floyd Mayweather. Floyd make guys look like they never boxed before. He made Canelo Alvarez look like he never fought before. He made Manny Pacquiao look like he never fought before. Shane Mosley had him and quit. He had him and quit. That's what happened a lot of times in boxing. Just say this and I'm gonna get back. What happens is you hit the guy with your best punch. You've been knocking everybody out. Then you come along and hit this guy with your best punch, and he keeps coming. Mentally, that makes you you create defeat in your brain. That takes away your go-getter mentality because like, damn, I hit this guy with my best punch, and he's still coming. You know who did that? Zab Judah. Zab Judah did that when he fought Miguel Cotto. He hit Miguel Cotto with a right hook with a what was it? Zab fight like this, so he hit him with a left hook. Oh man. He hit the shit out of Miguel Cotto. Busted his lip all the way through. Miguel Cotto kept coming. And Zab quit. People say he got knocked. People say guys get knocked out. A lot of times guys don't get knocked out. A lot of times they quit. They don't want to get up. Trust me. They don't want to get up. Tyson didn't want to get up against Holyfield. That's a prime example of a guy not wanting to get up. They get knocked down subconsciously and subliminally. And then they psyche. They like, I ain't getting up. Fuck this. Let the referee count me out. This fight is over. I ain't got but 10 seconds and this fight gonna be over. 1, 2, 3, and the fight is over. And then they lay down there and the doctors come and shit and look at them. They do not want to get up. Trust me. They don't want to get up. Zab Judah didn't want to get up because Miguel Cotto was hitting him in the balls. And when they fought in the garden, I was at that fight. And Miguel Cotto was hitting Zab Judah low. And Zab Judah complained. And then Miguel Cotto hit Zab Judah with a good body shot. And it was close, but it wasn't low. But it was a good body shot. And Zab was like, fuck this. I don't want to fight no more. And they get knocked out. They lose the will and they lose the will and the desire to keep going. When I was fighting, I always said, I'll die in the ring before I quit. I'd rather die in the ring than to quit. I'd rather die. I'd rather a guy just kill me in the ring. Just kill me right then and there. But I'm not going to quit. What's up? Time for commercial. Hi, everybody. I'm Brad Backey. These are my 4 books that I self-published. I'm not even breathing hard. This one is corny. This one is called Pretty Ugly, a Harlem Situation. And it's a novel. It's a story that takes place in the summer of 1985. And it's about 2 guys, 2 girls, and their life in Harlem can get pretty ugly. By Brad Backey. This is my 2nd book. Corner stores in the middle of the block. That's where Mecca sits right next door to a methadone clinic. And a malpractice lawsuit let a bum dress nice for once in his life if it was about having the wrong finger amputated. That's my poetry. This is Don't Beat Your Children or They'll Turn Out Like Me. That's me on the back. And this is my latest book, Agitation Gets the Dirt Out. I don't know it all, but I might say something to agitate you, and that'll get the dirt out. Like guys be so quick to call a girl a hoe, but most of these guys never met their father. So what that mean? To call a girl a hoe, but most of these guys never met their father. So what that mean? Or I say things like, if going to church is about telling the truth, then why does grandma keep wearing a wig to Sunday service? Or let me think. Dear police, you should stop and frisk white people too. They usually have better drugs. Remember stop and frisk in New York City? They do that stop and frisk. Imagine if the police did stop and frisk in the suburbs where people come out the mall, how much drugs they would find. This is a drug culture we live in, man. Everybody on drugs. I don't take drugs. I don't want nothing to change the way I think in order to have fun. I don't need no drugs. I don't need no drugs, and I don't need no alcohol. Only drug I take is sugar. I like it when I eat cookies and shit like that. I don't take no drugs. I don't smoke no weed. Too much shit going on. I've seen people smoke. They take them fucking, what is that? They smoke that fucking angel dust and be running. I remember one time I was in Harlem. Remember that dude from The Last Dragon? The little dude. Bruce Leroy, remember him? Timok? His father be on 125th Street every day in the summer. His father sells jewelry. Handmade jewelry. Timok's father. And sometimes Timok come out there. The dude from The Last Dragon, he come out there. He be in front. His father used to be in front of the Apollo. I used to talk to him every day. But back in the days, that young dude, he used to come uptown and hang out with us. He used to be on 150th Street. And that young dude from The Last Dragon, he used to come and hang out with us. And one day, we was in the building just chilling. Somebody knocked on the door, opened the door, and it was a lady, black lady, butt naked, no shoes. She had no shoes, nothing. She was butt ass naked. I don't know what she was doing, but she looked like she was high, like she was smoking some dust or some shit. And I shut the door. I didn't want to fuck that. You got 4 dudes and a naked lady. I shut the door. Fuck that. I closed the door and I shut the door in her fucking face. Fuck that. I wasn't going to jail for no bullshit. But like I was saying, man, drug shit is whack. I ain't taking no drugs. I could count on one hand how many times I smoked weed. That was enough. When I was younger, I used to drink beer. But that's because we lived in Germany. And we used to drink beer like crazy, boy. We was drinking beer at 16 years old. Drinking beer. That beer in Germany be black as hell. That shit look like Pepsi. That beer look like Pepsi. But let me tell you something. Beer and a bratwurst. That's their version of a hot dog. That shit is delicious, boy. I can't think of nothing. That shit is better than peanut butter and jelly. That beer and that bratwurst. And see, in Germany, they sprinkle curry powder on everything. You know how they take the curry powder and they sprinkle it on the hot dogs. They eat French fries. The French fries is called pommes frites. They're called pommes frites. And they sprinkle curry powder on the French fries. When they come out the grease, they dab them with salt and they dab them with curry powder. And they eat their French fries with ketchup, but the ketchup is a lot sweeter. The ketchup is a lot sweeter than American ketchup. And they call them pommes frites. But I'm telling you, that bratwurst and the beer is just as good as peanut butter and jelly. And I love peanut butter and jelly. But yeah, they put mustard on their hot dogs. And they eat their hot dogs like in a bun, like a ham. It's not a hot dog bun, it's like a hamburger bun. Like I said, turn your punches, turn these. When you hit the guy, turn everything. I've seen some guys, and listen, man, what I be saying, what I be doing is what I know. But I've seen guys that come world champion doing what they know. They do the thing their way. You know what I'm saying? So I can't knock them. They were world champions. So, you know. But turn. Even this one turned me to come over. Cop keep watching me. MOI 285. Broke a sweat, y'all. Like I was saying, man, get dressed, put your clothes by the bed, and if you know you gotta run, go to bed on time. If you fighting, go to bed at 10 o'clock. You shouldn't be up past 10. That way, when you get up at 6, that's 8 hours of sleep, and you can get up and run. Go to bed at 9, and if you wake up in the middle of the night, don't get up and start watching TV and shit. Stay in that bed. You'll go back to sleep. Being a world champion, man, that shit take a lot of discipline. All the pieces got to fall into place, man. But if you do your part, then you be all right. Like I said, go to bed at 10. Get up at 6. Have your clothes by the bed. And get up and go. Me, I just like me. I said me personally, I never used to wash my face and all that. I just get up and go. I get up and go, so there's no excuses. Yep. Because at one time I was a chubby dude. That's why I be making fun of chubby people. Because I was chubby. I'm 5'9". I was like 180 pounds before I started boxing. I thought I was Diesel. I was delusional. I was fat. Then when I started boxing, I lost all that weight. Everybody thought I was on drugs and shit. They was like, yo, what's wrong with him? Why he get so skinny? I was fighting. People always put in the hood. The minute you lose weight, people automatically assume the negative. They automatically assume that you on drugs. You driving in Texas. You could talk now in text. You could talk in text. Why would you do that shit? And then they get in an accident and be like, oh, it wasn't my fault. It was your fucking fault. I hate that stupid shit. I seen a dude texting in Harlem. And he jumped the curve and ran into the corner store. And he didn't have a seatbelt on. And his face went through the windshield. But he came back. And the glass was stuck in his face. The whole thing was stuck in his face. Doing that dumb shit, man. That shit is stupid, man. The whole fucking glass, the way the glass broke, because you know with glass, the front mirror, it just shatters. But it don't break like regular glass. And he had that whole shit stuck in his face. The whole piece of glass. Doing that texting dumb shit. But let me do my commercial. That's my book, Agitation Gets the Dirt Out. That's because I don't know it all, but I might say something to agitate you, and that'll get the dirt out. I say things like, girls be so mad at their baby daddy for never spending time with them. But they don't be mad at Jesus, and they ain't seen Jesus in 2,000 years. Or, let me see if I got another one. Pimps pick up the poems that I leave in the strip club. I got one that goes, black cat gets hit by a car. Non-lives matter. This one is don't beat your children or they'll turn out like me. This one I say things like when a person lies to you, it's because they said the lie to themselves first. And once the lie sounds good to them, they think the lie will sound good to you too. But they don't know how the lie is going to sound to you because they're not a mind reader. They just think you dumb as they are. That's in this one. Don't beat your children or they'll turn out like me. And this is corner stores in the middle of the block. This is where this girl in Starbucks was checking me out. So I told her, put your cell phone on vibrate, sit it on your lap, and I'll call you when I'm coming. Or I wonder if women from Flatbush have a flat bush. And this is what it's called Pretty Ugly, a Harlem situation. It's a love story that takes place in the summer of 1985. And it's about a girl named Apple and a guy named Big Zach, because Big Zach don't play. Check out my books, y'all. I sell them for $14.98. You can use Cash App. My Cash App is $1 Brad Bafke. 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 I was just thinking about something. I know in the Nation of Islam, they said the wheel is like 40 miles long and 40 miles wide, something like that. The wheel. I just got this feel over here. This is gonna be a housing complex. Yep. So I booked my books out here with me, y'all. My shit. What's your... On Michael Nunn? It says, what's your style? I think they're saying Michael Nunn, right? Michael Nunn fought 160. He was a good fighter, but like I said, left hand. I don't know if he was naturally left-handed or not, but to me, when a guy's naturally right-handed and they learn how to fight southpaw, I think they learn how to fight southpaw because they think that's going to give them an advantage. But like I said, you got one head and two hands just like everybody else. Floyd Mayweather don't have trouble with southpaws. To me, that's just a way of them trying to find an easy way out by learning how to fight southpaw. Or sometimes they get trainers that don't know any better. Because everybody, or they just getting over, they'll learn how to fight like this. But to me, it doesn't have an advantage. But like this. And this is your hand. You keep it. This is the jab. You got to keep the guy off you. Somebody said I'd be flat-footed. They said I'd be flat-footed. I'd be flat-footed when I punch. But like this, like that's your jab. This hand is here. Like that. Look. You don't lift it up here. It's right here. Bam. Bam. Now, you got to duck your head a little bit. Now there's your guard. See that? And that's how it is. Bam, 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 bam. Like that. Okay? Like that. I can't fight southpaw. I mean, I don't care to learn how to fight southpaw. They fight like that. And the thing about southpaws is they like the weight so they can counterpunch. Errol Spence is a southpaw, and Crawford is a southpaw. That would be a good fight between Spence and Crawford. They're both southpaws. But the thing about southpaws is they say used to fighting right-handed guys. They have trouble when they fight southpaws because you know most people are right-handed, and when you learn how to fight left-handed, you know everybody you fight is right-handed. But like I said, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, I think they're both left-handed. And then Terrence Crawford switches sometimes. And to me, that's a sign of confusion. When you switching, I don't know. What's up? Let me see. Yeah, Michael Nunn style. Yeah, Michael Nunn. Yeah, he was like you don't see, like I said, seeing southpaw fighters is a rarity. You'll see them like in small weight classes, like from 147 on down. But you usually don't see southpaw. But which one was the southpaw? The guy from Detroit, the heavyweight. George Foreman knocked him out. Michael something, I forgot his name. He was a left-handed heavyweight. He was a left-handed. I think there's only been like two left-handed heavyweight champions in the world of boxing. I can't think of his last name, but his name was Michael. He was a left-handed guy. He played football and went into boxing. Yeah. Shit. Boxing. Like I said, boxing. The most important thing you can learn in boxing is a jab. Jab, 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 jab keeps the man off you, and it breaks the guy's rhythm. You got it. If you do it one time, the guy you might miss, and the guy might. What else? Yeah. And it's got some love poems in it, so you could copy my love poems and tell it to your girlfriend and tell her that you wrote them. I don't care. All right. Peace to my brothers out there. Raza Rock, Estos, Rice, Ray, who is it? Haywood, Jim, who else? Leon, Todd. Peace to my brothers out there from Kentucky. Bruce, to my brothers from Germany, and my brothers from Georgia. Germany. My sister had a birthday party, right? She had a birthday party. My brother and my sister's birthday is the same day, same month, 2 years apart. So they had a birthday. But that's not coincidental. You know, women ovulate once a month, right? You can have your baby born around the month you want them to be born. You ever thought about that? You and your wife, you and your girl, y'all can have a baby around the time of year you want that child to be born. But we do say, like animals have mating seasons. Humans don't have a mating season. You ever thought about that? We just have sex. We just do it. But animals have mating seasons. Humans don't have mating seasons. But you can have your child born around the month you want them to be born. All you got to do is get knocked up around 9 months prior and then count it. Get knocked up and then 9 months later. That's what you got to do. All right, y'all. This is where I'll be running at. Down that road. And then that way. All right. Y'all take it easy.